A ship sails 8 kilometers due east from port P to point Q. Then it sails 6 kilometers due north to point R. What is the bearing of R from P? Is it A, 037 degrees, B, 053 degrees, C, 127 degrees, or D, 143 degrees? Put your answer in the comments. And here is the thing, almost everyone who gets this wrong makes the same mistake. They try to do it in their head. They never draw the picture. Every year, the chief examiners publish what candidates got wrong. In the 2025 report on core mathematics, look at what sits at the very top of that list of weaknesses, representing mathematical information in a diagram, and it is not a one-off. The 2024 report lists the same weakness, first again, and that year they added a second one, translating diagrams into mathematical statements. So the examiners are describing a two-way skill, words into a diagram, and a diagram into maths. That is the whole of today's lesson. So here is the protocol. 4 steps. Step 1, read it twice. Once for the story, once for the numbers. Step 2, sketch it. It does not have to be to scale, and it does not have to be beautiful. Step 3. Label everything you were given directly on the sketch. Step 4. Mark the thing you are looking for with a letter. And then, this is the part that changes everything. You stop reading the question and you start reading your own diagram. And there is one more thing you must know. On many mark schemes, a correctly labeled diagram earns a mark on its own before you calculate anything at all. Drawing is not preparation for the answer, it is part of the answer. Let's start with sets. In a class of 40 students, 25 study mathematics, 20 study physics, and 8 study both. How many study mathematics only, physics only, and neither? Now, you could try to juggle those numbers in your head. Don't. Draw 2 overlapping circles inside a rectangle. The rectangle is the whole class, 40 students. And here is the golden rule for every Venn diagram. Always fill in the overlap first. 8 students study both, so 8 goes in the middle. Now, 25 study mathematics altogether, and 8 of them are already sitting in the middle. So mathematics only is 25 minus 8, which is 17. 20 study physics minus the 8 in the middle, so physics only is 12. Now add up everything inside the circles. 17 plus 8 plus 12 is 37. But the class has 40 students, so the number who study neither is 40 minus 37. 3. And notice something. Every one of those answers came off the diagram, not out of your head. Now the question from the start. 8 kilometers due east, then 6 kilometers due north. Draw it. Mark north with an arrow at the top. From P, go 8 to the right, that is due east, and call that point Q. From Q, go 6 straight up, due north, and call that R. Now look at what you have drawn. It is a right-angled triangle. Part 1, the distance from P to R. That is the hypotenuse, so use Pythagoras. 8 squared is 64. 6 squared is 36. 64 plus 36 is 100, and the square root of 100 is 10. 10 kilometers. Part 2, the bearing of R from P. A bearing is always measured from north, always clockwise, and always written with 3 figures. So stand at P, face north, and turn clockwise until you are looking at R. In that triangle, the side opposite the angle is the 8 kilometers east, and the side beside it is the 6 kilometers north. So the tangent of the angle is 8 over 6. That gives an angle of about 53 degrees. So the bearing is 053 degrees. Answer B, and none of that was possible until the picture existed. Now the other direction, the one the 2024 report flagged, turning a diagram into a mathematical statement. Here is a rectangular garden, 12 meters by 8 meters, with a path of uniform width running all the way around the outside. Call the width of the path X, and here is the trap that catches almost everybody. The path runs along both sides, so the total length is not 12 plus x, it is 12 plus 2x, and the total width is 8 plus 2x. Now write the statement. The total area is length times width, 12 plus 2x in brackets times 8 plus 2x in brackets. Expand that and you get 4x squared plus 40x plus 96. Now suppose the question tells you that the total area is 165 square meters. Set them equal. 4x squared plus 40x plus 96 equals 165. Take the 165 across. 4x squared plus 40x minus 69 equals 0. Solve that and x equals 1.5, so the path is 1.5 meters wide, and always check it on the diagram. 12 plus 3 is 15, 8 plus 3 is 11, and 15 times 11 is 165. Correct. Now, 3 traps. The first is an unlabeled sketch. A drawing with no numbers on it earns you nothing, so label as you draw. The second is bearings measured from the wrong place. A bearing is always from north, always clockwise, always 3 figures. 53 degrees is written 053, and the third is forgetting that a border or a path adds to both sides. If the width is x, the dimension grows by 2x, not by x. And here is a fast way to test that. Put x equals 1 into your expression. A 10 by 6 rectangle with a 1 meter path around it must become 12 by 8. If your expression does not give you that, you have written plus x where you needed plus 2x. Now here is the technique that makes hard bearings questions solvable. Draw a north line at every single point, not just at the start. Every north line on the page is parallel to every other north line, and the moment you have parallel lines, you can use alternate angles and co-interior angles to find angles nobody gave you. Most candidates draw one north arrow at the beginning and then get completely stuck on the second leg of the journey. Draw them all and the angles simply appear. Your turn. In a group of 30 people, 18 like tea, 14 like coffee, and 5 like neither. How many like both? Draw the Venn diagram and let the overlap be x. Pause the video. Here is the answer. If the overlap is x, then tea only is 18 minus x and coffee only is 14 minus x. Now add everything inside the rectangle. 18 minus x plus 14 minus x plus the 5 who like neither. That comes to 37 minus x, and it must equal 30, so x equals 7. 7 people like both. So what can you do now? You can turn a word problem into a labeled diagram and earn a mark for the diagram alone. You can fill a Venn diagram starting with the overlap. You can draw a bearing properly. From north clockwise, 3 figures. You can turn a diagram back into an equation, and you know that when a border has width x, the dimension grows by 2x. So remember this. When a question describes a situation, your first move is not to calculate, it is to draw. A labeled diagram turns a confusing paragraph into something you can simply read the answer off. I've put all 3 diagrams and more practice questions in the notes. Go and drill them on StudyRevise. And next time, mensuration, another topic the examiners keep flagging year after year. See you then. A closed cylindrical tank has a radius of 7 centimeters and a height of 15 centimeters. Using pi equals 22 over 7. What is its volume? Is it A, 1,450, B, 1,980, C, 2,310, or D, 2,640? Put your answer in the comments. This is mensuration, and it is one of the most consistently tested topics in the whole of WASSCE Core Maths. In the 2024 Chief Examiner's Report on Core Mathematics, one of the listed weaknesses is this: Solving problems on mensuration. And it is not a one-off. The 2021 report lists the same weakness again, solving problems on mensuration and geometry. 2 separate years, 1 consistent gap. And here is the good news. Almost every mensuration question, however complicated it looks, is built from the same handful of basic shapes. Once you can split a shape apart, you can solve it. So here is the method. 4 steps every time. Step 1. Look at the shape and find the basic shapes hiding inside it. A rectangle, a triangle, a circle, a semicircle. Step 2. Write the formula for each piece separately. Step 3. Decide, are you adding because the shapes are joined together or subtracting because a piece has been removed or a shape is hollow. Step 4. Calculate each piece, combine them and finish with the correct units. Area is always squared. Volume is always cubed. Get that wrong and you lose a mark, even with the right number. Let's solve the question from the start. A cylinder has one basic formula. Volume equals pi r squared h. Here, r is 7 and h is 15. Substitute pi times 7 squared times 15. 7 squared is 49. Using pi equals 22 over 7, the 7's cancel beautifully. 22 over 7 times 49 is 22 times 7, which is 154. Now multiply by the height. 154 times 15 equals 2,310. 2,310 cubic centimeters. Answer C. Notice something. When the radius is a multiple of 7 and you use 22 over 7, the 7's cancel and the numbers stay clean. That is not an accident. WASSCE sets questions this way on purpose. Now a compound shape. A window is shaped like a rectangle, 14 meters wide and 5 meters tall, topped by a semicircle with the same width as its diameter. Find the total area. Step 1. Split it. A rectangle and a semicircle sitting on top. Step 2. Rectangle area is length times width. 14 times 5, which is 70 square meters. Step 3. The semicircle. Its diameter is 14, so its radius is 7. The area of a full circle is pi r squared. A semicircle is half of that. Half times 22 over 7 times 7 squared. 7 squared is 49. 22 over 7 times 49 is 154. Half of that is 77 square meters. Step 4. These two shapes are joined together, so we add 70 plus 77 equals 147 square meters. That is the whole window. Now the exam level version, and it flips the logic. A hollow metal pipe has an external radius of 14 centimeters, an internal radius of 7 centimeters, and a length of 10 centimeters. Find the volume of metal used to make it. Step 1. This is not one cylinder, it is 2. A big outer cylinder and a smaller inner cylinder representing the hollow space. Step 2. Outer volume, pi, times 14 squared times 10. 14 squared is 196. 22 over 7 times 196. 196 divided by 7 is 28. So that is 22 times 28, which is 616, times the length, 10. 6,160 cubic centimeters. Step 3. Inner volume, the same way. Pi times 7 squared times 10. 7 squared is 49. 22 over 7 times 49 is 154, times 10 is 1,540 cubic centimeters. Step 4. The pipe is hollow, so this time we subtract. 6,160 minus 1,540 equals 4,620 cubic centimeters of metal. Here is a habit that saves marks on every single mensuration question. Never round pi or any number in the middle of your working. Carry the exact fraction, 22/7, or the exact decimal, 3.142, all the way through. Only round your very last answer to the number of decimal places the question asks for. Cambridge's own examiners have written this directly. Candidates must not round figures in the middle of a calculation, only at the end. Round early, and small errors multiply through every step that follows. Now, 3 traps. First, mixing up radius and diameter. If you are given the diameter, halve it before you substitute. Using the diameter as if it were the radius will multiply your answer by 4 in an area or by 8 in a volume. Second, forgetting to change your units. An area answer must be squared, centimeters squared, meters squared. A volume answer must be cubed. Third, adding when you should subtract. Ask yourself one question before you combine your pieces. Is something joined on, or has something been removed? Joined means add. Hollow or cut away means subtract. Your turn. An L-shaped garden is made from a rectangle 10 meters by 8 meters with a 4 meter by 3 meter rectangle cut from one corner. Find the area of the garden. Pause the video and use the 4 steps. Here is the answer. Step 1. Split it into the big rectangle and the piece that was removed. Step 2. The big rectangle is 10 times 8, 80 square meters. The removed piece is 4 times 3, 12 square meters. Step 3. A piece was cut away, so we subtract. 80 minus 12 equals 68 square meters. So what can you do now? You can split any compound shape into shapes you already know. You can decide correctly whether to add or subtract. You can find the volume of a hollow solid by subtracting an inner shape from an outer one. You can carry pi through a whole calculation without rounding early. And you always finish with the right units, squared for area, cubed for volume. Every complicated shape you will ever be given is really just simple shapes, joined or cut apart. Split it, decide add or subtract, and solve each piece on its own. I've put all 3 diagrams, the formulas, and more practice questions in the notes. Go and drill them on StudyRevise. Next time, circle theorems, the topic examiners flagged as a standalone weakness in 2020. See you then.